mean, we really didn't expect it. We set out to do a show. It was one of the first ones that was happening out of India. We collaborated with her. She was on board with everything we wanted to do, but nobody knew how any of it is going to land. We were extremely nervous when it came out, and then it just picked up and picked up and picked up, and it's been it's got a very loyal fandom, and no matter what I post, I'm asked about Made in Heaven. And now, because it's been so long, I'm being trolled, so I'm just wanting it to drop because my fans are getting irritated, the show's fans. So it's gone very well. I'm very, very thankful to them that they've held on to it. They haven't forgotten it.
I'm one of the loyalists, and there are many out here as well. And I would like, you said troll, right? So I'm going to just, on behalf of all the trollers, ask this question to Reema, which is, Reema, one question which is on everyone's mind. What took you so long? The nation wants to know. We waited for quite some time. The fans deserve an explanation.
Yeah, I think it was a combination of two things. One was we did take our time with the writing because, I think season 1 went down so well that we took our time writing season 2 because we wanted to up the level a bit. And also COVID. That did create a lot of chaos with the shooting schedule and the post schedule. But it's here now.
Exactly. Look at the brighter side. We are back. 10th of August it is. Season 2 drops on Prime Video. Ritesh, the first season that we were talking about, resonated with the audiences. It was very real. It's got the realistic portrayal of relationships and societal norms. Now, will this authenticity continue in season 2 as well? And how to ensure the show remains relatable to all our viewers?
I think so, absolutely, right? A lot of has changed from season 1 to now. But I think what they do best, that's why they are one of the finest writers and creators, Reema and Zoya, is they put a lot of time into research, So I think a lot of what you see in season 1 reflected was what was on within society at that point. And from then, that's why maybe it's taken so much time also, right? You have to push the boundaries. And knowing that the audience loved what they loved in season 1, it was authentic. So I think obviously keeping that in mind, there's a lot of feedback which you do get because of the format. You get to go online and know what people are liking, enjoying, so they keep that in mind. So obviously keeping all that in mind and pushing themselves, it takes time, but you will find it as authentic as the part 1 was.
We've just seen the teaser and the snippets. We can't wait for the trailer. So thank you so much. I'm going to request all of you to please join me right here in the wing. Not only loved by the audiences, but have also stood out with global audiences as well. Now, do you think that Made in Heaven season 2 will have the same impact like season 1?
Is that a question?
I like that. I like that.
I just want to say, if the history of this relationship that we have had and the friends that we count in Tiger Baby and Excel is anything to go by, and what we've been able to create, starting with our first ever original in India, which was, Inside Edge, which went on to be such an absolute monster hit. And then we have had Mirzapur, we have had Made in Heaven, and more recently we have had The Heart. I think the track record kind of speaks for itself in the power of this group of people on stage and what they're able to bring to the screen. And our relationship, as you rightly pointed out, goes deep and goes way back. So there is nothing about Made in Heaven season 2 that gives me reason to pause or makes me wonder if it will be anything other than absolute monster success for our customers.
Definitely Dahadega is how I'll put it. Yeah, coin it on the 10th of August. So thank you so much. Ritesh, question to you is, with the rise of quality content and ever-changing contours of the Indian subcontinent, the entertainment landscape especially, how has Made in Heaven pushed the envelope of storytelling?
I think what has been happening with streaming is that definitely the way we've been consuming content has changed, right? And I think it gives an opportunity to us as storytellers, them as creators, filmmakers, to tell slightly more different, nuanced stories, which would, I think, find it very difficult. You would find it very difficult to bring them into what you call mainstream cinema. So I think obviously that keeps us at our feet to, write better, do better work. And I think Prime, the team here, is at the forefront of this constant change which is happening. And I think with Made in Heaven, like you've seen what was in season 1. And like I said, with what you'll see now in season 2, I can't reveal any of the spoilers, but you'll see that there are certain boundaries which have been pushed, right? You are going into a zone of, what is conventional, you're challenging that. And, there are certain issues, there are certain stuff which will be brought to the forefront, and that's what sparks conversation, right? So I think you'll see that all happening in this.
So while you were spilling the beans, I just explored in this season.
The central two characters of the season are Tara and Karan, that are non-conformists and quite grey in a sense, but with a very strong protective sense to anyone that comes into their life, and a very strong compass, moral compass, with things that they see going wrong around them in a way. And this is an extension of that, and it is, we also lens this show through women and through the LGBT community, so it's an expansion of that thematically. And basically, yeah, it's about trying to fit into a society and do good.
And you spoke about strong characters and also about women. So my next question to Rima is in regards to that, Made in Heaven has been praised for its strong female characters. Tara, Faiza, Jazz, and even the bride. So can you share some insights into what went behind writing of these powerful characters, and also would like to know, even the audience would like to know, that what goes on behind the scenes in the writing room?
So that's really a very long answer if I was going to go personal. But I think it's basically us trying to explore different aspects of the female experience in a society like ours, which has so much that's rooted in culture, but we're also changing, modernizing. Yeah. So that's what it was. And we're obsessed, I think, with the female experience from different angles. So that's what we're doing.
And they are doing absolute justice to their characters in the series, I must say. So thank you so much. Alankrita, my question is for you. And you've been a common force from season 1 to season 2. How does the series address the balance between traditional values and modern aspirations this season? And this time around, there's an introduction of new cast, which we'll get to see in a very short while. Can you shed some light on that, please?
So I think, between season 1 and season 2, we've tried to carry forward the themes and I think the core of the show. But I think in season 2, our endeavor was to go grander with the weddings, go deeper with the characters, and I think have a more nuanced and layered look at the themes that we were exploring even in season 1. So I think it's more of what you saw, but it's just going to be more beautiful and more poignant and more fun. So that was, I think, what we were trying to do in, what we've tried to do in season 2. And of course, I think, there is a sort of in-betweenness that all of us sort of exist in between tradition and modernity, whereas there are some core values of love and family and togetherness and romance that one holds dear, and yet, there's always so much to sort of change and grow, and there's a sense of self-actualization that women have to also, it's a process that, so many women are sort of going through. So we've tried to explore what happens, when tradition meets modernity, and and have a lot of fun doing it.
Well, हिंदी में कहते हैं ना कि हर चीज की हद होती है. भाई आप ग्रैंडियर की हद पार कर दिया आपने. It looks so. Thank you. Nikhil,
I have been counting how many times you've been plugging Made in Heaven, the title, into conversation, and I'm very impressed.
I gotta do that, bro. We're here for that, right? Aren't we celebrating the Shadi of Made in Heaven? Yeah. So, Nikhil, from a storytelling perspective, what approach do you take aesthetically to create the extravagant atmosphere of अपनी lavish Indian wedding जो होती है depicted in this series.
Yeah, so the world of Made in Heaven weddings is, really beautiful. It's textured, it's layered, almost surreal. And I think what you're showcasing in the series is this bunch of talented wedding planners trying to create a really magical and memorable moment for the bride and groom. But the emotions, the subtext, the drama,
In first season. Now, what has been the most exciting aspect of playing Jazz, and how do you relate to her character of a cheerful and effervescent personality?
Okay, so I think Jazz was very relatable. It wasn't very difficult for me to understand why she's behaving the way she's behaving and doing things the way she's doing. So I think what was a beautiful thing that it's relatable but yet unique. There is this like she has this whole ideas placed behind, like in front of her, that I want things like this and I want my life to be like this. But at the same time, you see that there's nothing around her that kind of supports it. So I think after playing Jazz, I learned a lot of confidence because no matter where she comes from, she's very, very confident and she believes whatever she wants, she can have it.
Well, सपने सच होते वाली कहानी सारी झूठ है.
हैं?
सपने सच होते वाली कहानी सब झूठ है. इतने सारे सपने आपने देखे पर वो पूरे नहीं
हो जाएंगे यार.
हो जाएंगे ना.
अभी तो और सीजन आएंगे.
मैं कहूँगा सीजन 2 मेड इन हेवन का ये जो सपना नहीं, जो रियलिटी आपने पेश की है, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई. एंड द ट्रेलर हैज डेफिनेटली मेड एन इम्पैक्ट ऑन ऑल ऑफ अस. सो थैंक यू एंड विशिंग यू ऑल द बेस्ट. Mona, good to see you. Yeah, okay. Can we hear that again? I couldn't really hear you guys. Yeah! Welcome to the Made in Heaven family. And the show has the grandeur, the drama, the emotions, the sass, the class, and you add to it. Now, you've joined the bandwagon in season 2. How was your experience joining the cast and working with the creators and directors?
Now, what can I say? Just look around you. Stellar cast. Look at the creators. Where are the creators? Hello. Acha, they've gone backstage. But just look at the creators. I mean, best in the business. What else could I ask for more? I couldn't have asked for more. It's truly Made in Heaven for me. And the experience was, beyond fantastic. We had a great shoot. We had some very intense scenes to shoot, and we all, it felt like one big wedding, being a part of one big wedding. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Mona darling, हम नहीं सारे के सारे बाराती are also eagerly waiting for your entry into Made in Heaven
Me
season
too.
2.
Same here.
So thank you and wishing you the best. Trinetra, congratulations on your OTT debut.
Thank you so much.
Well, how did this match with Made in Heaven happen for Trinetra?
Honestly, it was slightly random for me because I was in the hospital. I was doing my MBBS and I was in my internship. And when Karan and Nandini reached out with the audition, I looked at it and I was like, I have to make this happen because it hits so close to home for me as a trans woman. And just these years of working with everybody and starting out like this is such a rare privilege. It's a dream come true, So I think it's been stellar. I still can't believe this is happening. So yeah, match made in heaven. That's what it is.
And you are the true game changer. So let's have a huge round of applause for Trinetra as well.
Thank you.
And wishing you the best. And what a stunning doctor there, must say. Yeah. With that, let's have a round of applause and thank each one of them and wish them all the best for season 2 of Made in Heaven. Thank you so much, guys, for being prompt, being sporty, and giving us the best of content for season 2 of Made in Heaven. Thank you. And